think we're live, hopefully. Not sure if it's working. Okay, it should be working. Just randomly decided to go live for a little bit. Not many people in at the moment, but answer a few questions and go from there. Show off my trades and whatnot. Might play Pokemon or something if I feel like it, but we'll see. But yeah, thanks for joining to those who have. Okay, a few questions popping up. Before we get to questions, I'll show you guys my trades for the week. What I'm tossing up between. Hopefully you can see that. Have no idea if it's working. That should be. Anyway, been ages since I've gone live. Anyway, this is what I'm thinking at the moment. This is not my trades. I was playing around with this. I've tried Roberts and Reed out for Stuart and Oliver, getting 2 premiums in. I'm not sure. What I had before, let's reverse that. We did Roberts and Reed are gone no matter what. I don't care who goes out. Their break evens are too bad. They have to go first. I had Luke, Ryan, and Sullivan. I have absolutely no idea on these rookies. I've heard mixed things on like Sullivan will be given a go, could be sub. Mitchell and Tagoe coming back, but they've found a bit better. Dacos more CBAs, Chris more CBAs. Seems to be working better for them. So is Tagoe's groins going to keep him out for longer? I have no idea. Is Tom Mitchell best 22? I have no idea. And Sullivan sort of play everywhere. So yeah, I'm a bit lost on that. We'll get to some questions from Jamin. Why? Trade McKercher or Graham this week. Was planning to trade House, but would mean fielding 21 unless C. Reid plays. I think Zach Reid will play. If I had to get rid of one, probably it's a bit of guesswork here because you're not sure on the timeline of either. Is Graham going to come back? They're playing Davies and what's his name? Humphrey as well. I think they've gone sort of in the mids. We've seen Power go out, Sexton go back. Where did Flanders play on the weekend? I didn't see. I'll have a quick suss. I'll share this tab. I'll go CBAs and Gold Coast. What do the CBAs look like? Oh, they put Flanders back in defense. They played Davies in there. They played Humphrey in there. I wouldn't be surprised if Davies and Humphrey get a run in there. So I think I'd trade Graham on the fact that I have no idea if he comes back. Whereas McKercher will come back. It's just a matter of when. But we don't have an injury timeline. It could be, I would guess, sometime after the bye. I don't think it'll be before the bye. So give him 3 weeks off, and I'd probably trade Graham. He's in my plans, even if he comes back next week. I've just got no one to trade. So I would be trading Graham. Trade Graham. Next question. Thoughts on bringing in Rankin? Good fixture coming up. Yeah, I've not been umdenar a bit with Rankin. I think the fixture's good. The role is okay, not the best. I think there's a bit of talk of like more midfield for Rankin, but I think 30% is about right for him. Let him influence at stoppage a bit, but I think we need him forward too. And he's just hitting the scoreboard. So his last 5 is 110. Wouldn't bet on that. I think 92 to 97 range for Rankin. And I think that's good enough. And the fixture's very good in the next month, but after that it gets a little bit tougher. So it's now for Rankin. So if you want him, then now. So I would do that. Trade Harley Reid. I guess this is Harley Reid. I am happily trading. I think there's enough players where in the forward line where I have a bit more confidence that we'll outscore Reid. So those are probably Dylan Moore, probably Rankin, probably Curnow, Zorko, Flanders, Heeney. Let's have a look at some players. I think the thing with Reed is you got to remember he's had a limited preseason. He's still a kid, so you don't know if he's going to average 85 for the year. Like if he averages like high 80s for the year, I'd be like, okay, fair enough. But if he averaged like low 70s for the rest of the year, I would not be surprised in the slightest. Whereas you're not going to get that from like a Rankin or Jackson's probably one we'll look at. Like Myers, I think we're at average. Reed, I think there's just better picks. Whether Myers is good for the year or not, I have no idea. Shea's going to be 400k. I probably have a bit more confidence in Shea than Harley Reid. So I think because he's a kid, he's probably going to get rested again at some point. I think it's fine to trade at this point. Cash him in at his peak. Hey, George, would you bring in Merritt or Zorko this week? Good question. I've held off on Zorko, but now it's getting to the point where people need forwards, and he's got a low break even and a really nice fixture. So people are kind of holding off for whatever reason. Like they have more confidence in others, durability, age, whatever. I think if you're going to go Zorko, you got to go now. So if you're going to decide to get him, you go now. So wait till the buy. Now there's every chance Zorko will not play every game, but I think if he doesn't play every game, you hold him and hopefully it's short term and you field somebody else. So I think after the buy, if he gets injured, you still hold him and you get your 23rd or 24th. So I'd be aiming for 23, 24 premiums. He's going to have a break. So I think the chances of him playing through the buys are reasonable. I think Zorko. Just because price forward, break even fixture. But I like Merritt's fixture. And watching Merritt, I don't know, he just seems happy for others to do a lot of the heavy lifting. Not that he's not doing that, but he's like, he doesn't have to get 30 a game at the moment. He's kind of the cream on top on the outside. But he can like, I don't know, CBAs are still there. So I think both are fine. If you decide that you want Zorko and he's okay for your buy, go Zorko now. Otherwise, if you're happy to pay more for after his buy, then do that. League of Legends stream, please. I probably have the computer to do it now, but I'm a bit rusty. I know it says 20 minutes, but I'll get in early. I don't have Heeney. Is it worth bringing him in now or wait for the Carlton game buy? I think if you don't have Heeney now, just get that relief. Everyone will be missing him in that buy. That's where you might be able to get a bit of an advantage where in round 13, people will bring in probably like Zorko and Dunkley, and it's not a lot, maybe like a Whitfield, whereas you can just bring in Heeney. And if you don't want any of those other guys, you can just do that. So I would wait till his buy. I don't think his break-even's like stellar or anything. 132, hard matchup this week. They probably put Hewitt back in the team with Chera out. Dogs. Record on the Dogs not great, but different sort of role. And then after his buy, he's got Geelong. So if you're not going him, you have to get him against Geelong at the CG, because I watched Jai Clark play on Butters and it was embarrassing. So I'll do that. Hey, George, love your stuff. Revel Sullivan for job security. I can't help you here. I'm just being honest. I have no idea. I think Revel probably keeps playing. His TOG is weird. I think Sullivan has the highest ceiling and better VFL numbers by far. Let's have a look. I'm pretty brain dead with my Sullivan trading this week. I actually don't even know. Like, usually I have a decent read on who I'm bringing in, but I don't even know this week. It helps that, like, he played on Mother's Day where, like, everyone was out, so I thought it was okay as a sub, though, before. Oh, his VFL number is not even that good. 87. But he can... No, not really. Where's he been playing? What about Revel? Oh, his VFL numbers are better. Interesting. But what role was he playing? I know it's the question that people want to know this week. Revel versus Sullivan. Didn't Sullivan win like a VFL award? Look, I'm not gonna lie to you. I don't know. I honestly don't. Maybe I'll do some research after this, but I think Revel's job security is a little bit better. If you don't have to field one, I'd probably go Revel. I'm an idiot. I have to field him for a week, so I'll probably go Sullivan. This Revel's Tog is strange. Like, why is it? Oh, let's have a look. 60 and 53. That seems terrible, but he's scoring okay in it. It's just odd. I don't like it. Yeah, again, I don't know about Sullivan versus Revel. Sorry. I should know that. Yeah, Rankin's good trade in. When is Reed from Essendon back? Well, he played VFL, so it should be this week in Verde. Connor Park. Hey, George, can you choose out of these two options, Petrarca and Rankin, or Zorko and Oliver? You know what? I'd actually grab Rankin and Zorko this week because they both have low break evens and good fixtures. So I'd actually go those two and then grab a mid next week. I know Petrarca and Oliver have West Coast, but like Oliver's break even's not that high, I don't think. Not that low. He's just gone like 80. He's 500k. Yeah, I know he's got West Coast though. 53 actually is pretty low. Oh yeah, he's got that 140. Petrarca's an odd one because he played full forward, and I can see him playing more forward because of what's it called? Like Van Rooyen's not doing that well, Petty's not doing that well. You know, they've settled McDonald down back now. I think they're still struggling a little bit for goals, and I think if they didn't have Petrarca forward, I think they would not have kicked a decent score last week. So I think Petrarca's just, I don't know. He's just a jet, but I can see the role being bad going forward. So I'd probably skip Petrarca, but yeah, I know the fixture's nice and stuff, but I can see him playing a lot forward. I don't think that's a good thing. I'd rather more secure CBAs. And if he goes big in the midfield, then like whatever. I just can see him playing forward a lot. Reed should be back this week. Yeah, I think so. Field Loman versus Richmond or Sexton versus Cats, can't loop. I'd probably just go Sexton at home. Halfback over the forward is, I know it's like Geelong, but Geelong's defense is pretty good. No, I'd go Sexton, better role. Geordie Barnett. I don't have Heeney. Should I bring him in? Always after spy. Did I just answer this before? I think I clicked this before. Yeah, wait till after spy. Would you jump on Petrarca this week? As I said, I thought he played, like he was forward a lot and he played extremely well. Looked brilliant. And his tog's still down on last year. Let me check. Cristiano. I'm guessing his tog was up again because it was forward, but I mean, it was up, but yeah, it's been strangely below. Like, look at this, like 80s, 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 170 in there, but 80s, 80s, 80s. And this year, 70, 70, 79, 76, 79. It's been a bit lower than usual. I don't like the forward time. I know he's a superstar, but I don't like the forward time, so I'm not going on Petrarca. That's me personally. What combination is better, Powell and Stewart or Zorko and Comben? Powell's interesting because now that Sheasel probably goes down back, opens up a bit of mid time. Maybe they just play Phillips as well, though. So, yeah. All right. So, say Powell is an 80, Stewart's 100, Zorko's a 110, Comben's a 70. I think with the fixture, though, Zorko will go bigger than that. So, I think Stewart and Powell probably scores more out of those two over the next month. Yeah. No Zorko. I've prioritized Ryan. I think Zorko's buy kind of sucks. That buy is not great for me, the first one. Share this tab. Whoops. So 1, 2, 3, 4 plays out. I should be fine, actually. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18. I only got 18 playing somehow. Oh, yeah. 1, 19. Maybe replays 20. I should be fine. Probably fine. I think I'm happy to pay after his buy. I know it'll be more expensive. He's got Richmond stuff, but yeah, I'm just going to wait. I think I'm paying for Luke Ryan at the moment, but yeah, fixture and break even and stuff. Buys like just a mess paying for him. Petrarca, good buy. As I said before, I think there's a decent chance he plays forward going forward. Their forward line's not that great at the moment. The D's, like they got Fridge doing well and because he's okay, but tolls aren't really functioning. And yeah, like they need him mid, they need him forward. I'm not sure on the full time. That's all. So that's why I'm not picking him at the moment. I watched an hour-long lecture on bone stress injuries and have boosted McKercher to Fisher. Pray for me. Okay. No, I'm not praying for that. Sorry. Not for Fisher. Sarong or Merritt? Sarong. Oh, the price. No, still probably Sarong. I think Sarong's like going to average him, but if you need the money, go Merritt. Don't mind straight bottom price with Mitch Duncan out. It's probably a temporary rest for Duncan, so 500k for Stewart, you can't go too wrong, I think. And I still am in the camp that at some point you definitely want a D7 that you can swing as your mid cover rather than like an Oliver M9. If you don't have Merritt, Bont, or Strong, which would you prioritize bringing them in? I'd prioritize Bont or Dunkley. Bont. Thoughts on Rao being named centre halfback? I did see that. That's cap. Jump on Fisher? No, thank you. I don't care if he does well. Here's the thing. He has had volatile scoring at halfback in Carlton. Now I know that now McKercher's out of there, but he had some games with Sheasel and McKercher up the ground, and Fisher didn't even score that well. So I am not interested in Fisher. Injury prone. Yeah, I know the forwards are scarce. He's cheap. He's got low break even. All this, all that. I don't care. He's a fraud. So I'm not picking him. Sam, lots of problems arising in my team. Me too, bruv. Thinking Reed and Cadman to Zorko Breville can boost out McKercher or Roberts to get Fisher, but leaning towards not at the moment. Thoughts? Yeah, I think you just grab the 102 rookie and maybe in round 12 or 13 you can use that money to 1 down, 2 up or something. But I think the 102k rookie is nice, and it depends if you want Fisher or not. I don't want Fisher. 3 hamstrings over the past year. I mean, I'm the only one who seems to mention this, but same players do soft tissues every year. Look at Josh Kelly, Parrish, Jaden Short now. All that. So I guess with more trades and stuff, you just ride the price rise and then assess if it burns. But I don't know. I want to use my trades for 23rd, 24th premium, but we'll see. Lloyd Thomas, Brian Marshall, and bench Sweet, or just get on Butters? No, don't get Marshall if you got Sweet R2. Just get Butters. Should we be planning to buy flip LDU? Well, you can't really buy flip him because he's got the first buy, but I think you even hold him through the buys or trade him on his buy to like a round 13 player, which is round 13 buy player, which is a Freo or Port player. And then actually, yeah, probably round 12 to a buy that's helpful for you. So yeah, I think that's fine. But yeah, not yet on the buys. SDS, what's happening? How you going? Well, thank you. Going all right. You too. Who would you prefer out of these 2 D's mids, Clary or Tracker to pick? Yeah, I'm confused on this because I have spoken about Petrarca in this stream. Yeah, my view is that I think he's going to be used forward a fair bit going forward. He just looked too good in the role, and they need him forward as well as mid. Togg's been down in the midfield too, so look, not doubting that he's a superstar, top 3 player in the comp when he's on, probably top 5 this year. I'd probably punt Clary because we got all these trades. Clary's a bit cheaper, and then you can choose to flip him on his buy if you got the trades to do that. So get rookies off quicker getting him rather than paying up for like, I don't know, Butters or something if you don't have him. I think you've got Butters, but I think take the money and I say Clary. If Petrarca was definitely playing midfield, I'd go Petrarca, but Clary's role was better. Will Sexton be sub? I don't know. I don't think so. If he is, and crap, it'd be weird because Dimmer did give him a bit of a shout out. Give him a bit of a shout out this week. How many questions we got? Not too many. Boost 5 to Jackson. Nah, don't bother getting Jackson. I think only get Jackson when you need to. The foul to Revel. Get some bank. Yeah, just keep 5, I think. 5's hard because he looked like an absolute tortoise last week, but he was also in pretty bad emotional state. So it's kind of hard to tell what was the reason, but he's looked good for most of the year. So I think he'll bounce back. Even if he drops a bit of money, he's going to be useful through the buys. So yeah. Harry Mills, trade out Howes or Graham? Probably Graham. What's Howes break even? What is a Howes break even? It is 65. With Salem probably back, it's probably not ideal. I don't know. I'm not sure. I'm not convinced Graham comes back if they want to use Humphrey and what's his name, Humphrey and Davies in the mid. So I think I don't think you lose too much with Howes. Like worst case, he drops a 20 or something. It's pretty unlikely. So I think I'd probably just trade Graham. I don't know. I don't think it's going to matter too much. Any good new defender rookies? Well, there's Alex Sexton for 220k. Hardiman, I'm not too sure on. How did he go? He's gone up a bit. They can sub him off though, so I probably wouldn't go there. Zach Reed, maybe next week. See if he gets through a game because he's so injury prone. Curtin's probably not an option. Last boost empty to Fisher. If you want. Just keep in mind Fisher might be a trade out at some point because we know that Clarko can shift the magnets. Like Sheasel probably goes back, and I'm pretty sure listening to Sheasel like a few interviews earlier in the year, I think he's happier at halfback and like midfield's like a long-term plan. He's not getting much of the ball forward. So I think he'll go back at some point. He'll go back this week, but whether he stays or not, I'm not sure. But I think there's a reasonable chance that he does play in the back line throughout the year. Charlie Kerr, a good option. Can't do a good Supercoach Finals League. Good Supercoach League Finals run. I was looking at Curno. I think Curno, like last year, he was boosted by 2 games against West Coast where he kicked like 19 goals across those 2 games. So if you look at the fixture, it probably gets better like after his bye. So Geelong probably a little bit tough. How do you go on Geelong this year? 103, so that's okay. Richmond suck. Giants are good, so it might be a tough one. But like North here, Bulldogs key defenders pretty. I guess Jones is okay, but I don't know. North, Port tolls are like pretty meh. Collingwood, like he can beat more pretty easily. Hawthorn struggling for tolls. St Kilda struggling for tolls. West Coast struggling for tolls. So I think it's this after his bye. That's when I'd go for him. So maybe not yet. That's me personally. Who's he got coming up? Sydney's pretty tough. Gold Coast, Marvel. That's not tough. It's actually okay. It's not too bad without looking at DFS. Josh, g'day, mate. I know you have probs, been asked 100 times, but would you pass on Zorko till after his bye to get in Fisher this week? It depends if you want Fisher or not. If you really want Fisher, then yeah. But I don't want him, so yeah. I think it's okay to pay for Zorko after his bye because you probably I don't know. I don't even have a target in that round 13 buy, so it's probably going to be Zorko. I got Dunkley as well, but I don't know. I think I need Butters for my last slot. Get Dale or Track this week. Have 560k already getting Zorko. 576k. I can't read tonight or ever. 576k already getting Zorko. I probably wouldn't go Dale. I think he missed a nice run. What is his run? Might be a James Jordan tag coming up. Probably wouldn't go there. I mean, there's lots of good options. Like you go Rankin, I guess, if you need a forward. Could go Oliver if you like that. Stewart. I mean, if you like track, you can go him, I guess. But as I've said throughout this stream, a little bit of forward time is not ideal, and I think that'll stick for a bit. Heard anything on Libba? Nope. Probably indefinite. I'll probably just trade. Trelaw tempting me. Trelaw's like top 3 mid or something in fantasy at the moment. 6'10". I don't trust Trelaw. He's just older. I don't really like picking older midfielders at 600k. Just never. I mean, he's been really consistent. He just played Richmond. No, I wouldn't. No, I don't think he'll be top 8. Plus bad durability. Nick Martin or Merritt this week. Either is fine. Like, I don't think you can go wrong with either. What's Merritt's break even? There's no guarantee he even does that well on North. I think Richmond probably does. 137. I think probably Nick Martin. Worth last boost to bring in track Fisher Zorko, trading out Sherry, Mass, Reed. I guess if you've got Sweet, you can trade Sherry after his bad score. Mask has to go, Reed has to go. I think that's fine. That's big upgrades for your team. Just keep in mind Fisher probably has to go at some point. If they play the 3 of them back in defense. Cheese to Martin before North and Richmond. No, don't trade Cheezel. He might go back to defense with McKercher out. Butters or Zorko, both low break even. Doesn't affect who I'm fielding elsewhere. Butters. Here's looking good, mate. Thank you, Adam. Actually, the clinic emailed me today and they're like, can we get like a photo permission to put on our website? And I haven't replied. It'd never be what it used to be, but it's better than nothing. Nick Martin or Bailey Dale. Nick Martin. Thoughts on Sam Taylor from the Giants? Dropped to 390. Looks like a good value option. Interesting. I hadn't thought of Sam Taylor. Here's a buy. What's the break-even? 60. It's actually scoring okay. Probably not. Does he even... I don't think he gets kick-ins. Nah. He needs kick-ins, I think. It probably does like 85 to 92, that sort of range. Probably not good enough. It's not the worst shout, though. Definitely value. Robertson read out for Zorko and Snoop Dogg Bruce. Leave me 350k in the bank and would be able to go Darcy and Power up next week. Yep, that's fine. Field Comben, Howes or Sullivan? Probably Sullivan. Petrarca will not get DVP. Maybe around 18 if a stack load of forward time comes, but no chance for around 12. Needs like to average 79% forward. Am I crazy for thinking Bolt next week? Usually has 3 or 4 games, 60 to 80 in a row, and then 3 to 4 games, 120 to 150 in a row. Similar. You can never know what the hell Shea's doing. I think Richmond's run kind of sucks. And if you look at his scores last year, a lot of them were like 150 on North and stuff. So Brisbane the Gabba, terrible matchup. Essendon over looking good. Geelong and GMHBA, terrible. Adelaide Oval, terrible. And then it gets a little bit better after that. So I think maybe, no. I don't think the fixture's good enough with him. He's just so hard to trust. But maybe later, post-buy. Can't decide between Zorko and Track. It's a shame that this is even a debate because Petrarca is just so durable and Zorko is not. If you want to take the Zorko risk, and then Zorko. So the role is better at the moment, but if Track was playing mid, I'd say Track. But again, I've spoken about Track so many times. I don't know what his role is going to be. Like, I feel like if he's going to be like 50-50 mid forwards, probably going to struggle to do like 110. Bolton asked that. Answered that. Thoughts on trading comment early to get 0? Yeah, it's fine. Everyone going nuts over Zorko, 35. Can he hold up? Probably not, but he's going to score well in the meantime, and he's a top 3 forward. It's a risk. It is what it is. Like, yeah, it's a risk. Would you trade Grundy to Zorko and play Sweet at R2? This will allow me to bring Rankin for power next week. Well, with Grundy, you got to look at the fixture with him because SCG is small ground, lots of stoppages where he can tackle a lot, and he's heading to a good midfield as well. Jeez, he's 580. I think I sold him for like 520. SCG. Oh no, that's round one. SCG. I would honestly just keep Grundy, to be honest. Can you see what Sweet scores this week? Let's got another tab open. You won't be able to see. Maybe you can put Grundy on with the E and see how you go, and then decide. If you see Grundy as the keeper, then no. If you don't, then yeah, put it that way. Short D7, too injury prone for me. Like 4 calves and hammies in a better year. It's a no from me. Luke Ryan or Zorko? Well, I'm going Luke Ryan. I think the buy in the fixture is too good. And I know the Zorko's fixture is really good too, but yeah. How many more questions? Oh, Jesus Christ. We've got lots. I'm going Ryan. The problem is I have no boost and I have all this money, so it doesn't really make a difference what I do unless I get 2 players around 500k. So I'm going Ryan. I think paying 670 has never worked in the history of this game, apart from maybe like Lockie Neal or Gorn or Tom Mitchell in their absolute primes. But other than that, like, yeah. If Luke Ryan didn't have this good buy, I'd probably go Zorko. Butters, Zorko, Nick Martin. Probably go Nick Martin or Butters. That being said, I am going... Oh, no, I'm going Ryan. If I had this dilemma, I'd probably go Nick Martin and Butters against North next week. For someone who is Sweet R2 with Jackson Loop to cover, I would, if needed, would you grab Grundy post-buy to have an advantage or just grab English, cop the buy? Just keep running your rucks. I think Grundy's got more... Lots of SCG games. I don't think he played many SCG pre-buy. I think it was like 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, he's got a few easy matchups. Geelong. Saints and stuff. I think you'd better off grabbing Grundy post-buy, to be honest. English, don't know. Honestly, don't know. Grundy probably does like 110. English should do like 115, but who knows? It's weird because like English is not that great of a ruckman, whereas Grundy is in the contest, but just different scoring methods. Sullivan's not a must-have. Zorko good pick. It's just a risk. Like, I don't know what else to say on Zorko. The scoring is fine. The role is like 90% should be fine. So the only thing stopping him is injury, I think. And like if they get like 10 injuries in the forward line, might play forward for a bit. But I think he's too good down back. And they understand, like old geezer Fags understands that. Revel, Sullivan, Richards. I don't know with the rookies. Like, sorry. The thing is, I'd like to give advice, but I don't know. So I'm not very good. I think Revel's job security is slightly better. I think Richards should keep playing, but only 1 game and play West Coast. So just with Elliott and Howe out for a bit. Flag Pies. I don't know if I want to answer someone with the name Flag Pies, but we'll give it a crack. G'day, George. What do you think about Roberts and Nguyen to Tuke and Sullivan? Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, get rid of Reed as well. This is break even too high, not a keeper, most likely. Gate, is it worth holding Mink this week with Sweet on the bench and then or to trade to facilitate upgrades and better points per dollar? I mean, I traded Meek and it is a bloody disaster. I think you just hold Meek. Keep him, I reckon, for now. More money to make. You're giving up money trading him. That's the thing. I know points on the field is important and stuff, but I think you hold Meek. Surely track playing forward means he gets TPP. Nah, no chance. Maybe around 18, but not at this point. Zork could have managed minutes this week. I have no idea. I mean, that's the thing with Zorko. I'm probably going to death ride. Could have managed minutes this week. I mean, he could, but I don't know if he will. I don't know where that's come from, but who knows? Big Baller Brand, big up, big triple Bs. What are some good options under 480, 482K this week? Thinking Fisher, but scared of the pick. If you're scared of it, don't pick it. I think 480 is really bad because you got like Nas, Oliver, Stewart just above that. 480 is like nothing. It's like Jackson. Even I think Jackson's 5-round average. Where's 490, I suppose. I wouldn't go Ed Richards. Just beat up on a crap team. There's like nothing that I like, to be honest. Jez is out. No, it's all trash. I couldn't pick anything here. I would George Stewart probably is like the best you can get to with a chair out. You're kidding. Zach Guthrie's like 500K. This must be hurting Stewart. I'm actually probably not going to get Stewart for the year. I think it's all trash. I couldn't pick anything good here. Sorry. It's probably is Fisher, to be honest. But yeah, maybe go rookie if you're not sure. Better to go a rookie than be stuck with someone that's crap. Ed Richards, I don't think his scoring's been that good overall, so it's hard to tell. Play Richmond. I mean, their midfield is like their 3 starting mids are out. Do I hold McKercher? I think it's okay if you can. If you need his money, then probably trade. But I would guess that this is a few week injury. Colby def for trade, probably not definitely, but I think there's a decent chance that he could be out for longer than the buyer. Gordon had the same injury, missed 6 weeks. I don't think we don't know for sure. That's the problem. If I have to trade in next week, trade in, interesting. I think he's just going to be managed throughout the year and stuff. Plus, you carry the injury risk, so could be sub every now and then. I think there's a bounce back coming for him, but it's not the worst shout, to be honest. I think people want to get off, but I guess you got to time it when he's going to be sub because it will probably happen again. That's when you got to bench him as like your 23rd, 24th. Break even of 150. Wow. It goes like 100 this week. It's like 370 ish. I think it could be worth the risk. If he looks really good this week, because he looked really bad last week. Assume that was because of the tragedy and stuff, but could look at it. It's something to look at, I think. I wouldn't book it in, though. Thoughts on selling Darcy Jones if he gets dropped? I don't think he'll get dropped. Need the money for upgrades. No, I wouldn't trade someone with a negative break even. He's just gone 270. He's probably going to do it again. I wouldn't trade Darcy Jones. VCC, Dawson, Green, Bond, Across, Steel, gone. Or I've got Ryan VC into... No, well, I would have had Ryan into... I just think Dawson's not a bad VC. I feel like he likes MCG. Yeah, I think they're all good options. I probably wouldn't go Bont because GWS have been known to rough Bont up, like deliberately target him, although that was under different coaching, but I probably wouldn't go Bont. Still not too sure, like with the injury or not. I think Ryan, Dawson, Dacos, all solid. Gorn should be fine. Gorn on the C always makes me slightly nervous for some reason because he can have the odd floor game. Dunkley, good pick, yes. McKercher, hold for 1 week and get Bont next week, yes. Fisher, I don't like him. How long is McKercher out? We don't know. At least this week. I would imagine it's beyond at least 3, including the bye. G'day, George. G'day, Jono. Added Dawson, Trelaw, Took, Track, Rao. Who gets my last spot? Asking long term, not this week. Okay, no Trelaw. I'll probably say no to Track at this stage, and that's only because of the forward time. Because mid-time would be different story. So Dawson, Took, or Rao. I think Rao has the highest ceiling here. He's had a few down weeks, probably going to bounce back, you'd hope. I have a bit more trust in Tukin, though. Look, I actually quite like Dawson with his run over the next few, so yeah, I think whoever's cheapest at the time, I don't think there's much in it between Dawson, Tuk, Rao, and Track if he's mid. She's is a much ditch. There are much better options. Sheasel is a must ditch. There are just better options given his role change. Well, I don't know if it sticks because McKercher's out, so that's why I'm holding, and I'm forced to hold anyway. My view on Sheasel is if he keeps this crap roll, well, then it's going to push him to D7, and then if he does get the roll back, bring him back onto the field. Like needed to sell for 650 or 620, not 570. There's no point. Do you think Gordon's an option? Yeah, could be. I don't know, just not inside mid. I think his ceiling's like he was getting a bit more mid time late last year post buy, but now they've got Heeney in there. You know, Parker's waiting to come in and stuff like that. So I'm not going to get to all these questions. I got to go to bed soon. It's like 10. I'll go 3 more. Did I ask? Real Rogue one. But Nick Hine got moved to halfback last week. If he holds for 2 weeks, we'll make 150K. Now, they got Ridley coming back. I don't know what the go is. He's probably high sub risk. He is very cheap. So I think it could work, but the clear. He's okay. Went up. I thought it was 220. Went up. Is he getting kick-ins? Is he getting kick-ins? Probably not. Never used to. No. I mean, he's pretty cheap. It just depends. Ridley's coming back, so I'm not too sure. I think his role can change and stuff. Like they know he can be a good flanker, but yeah, I don't know if he holds the role. If he told me he's holding the role, then I'll probably do it for that price, but I don't know if he does. Need a good defender. Already have Dacos, Ryan, Shees, and Miller. I need one more. Any thoughts? Houston should be fine. Definitely Nick Martin. Nick Martin, 100%. It was good to catch up with you last week. Good to see you, Jono. What are the odds in Country Vic? What do you think, M? What do you think? I don't think much, dude. Jaden Short, D7, M9. Already said 2 injury prone for my liking. FPL down under. Rebels talk is being managed because they know they will need to play him more than they anticipated for or intended due to the injuries they copped. I mean, it could be. I don't know for sure. Just joined. I don't know if you talked about it, but what are VC and C options? I like Ryan, Dawson, Dacos, Gorn. Rao might be decent, like a Rao or Took against Geelong, decent VC. Strong's always there if you need him. So, yeah, those I like. Who's Shees will go this week? Essendon. Thoughts on Harris Andrews? He's playing really good. I feel like the Crows fed the ball to him, as we kind of do with interceptors. Is 5 510k. I keep forgetting what screens for showing. It's going well. No, I don't like this. No, don't know. Just long term, I think could be like a 85 to 95 sort of range. Don't sideways Sheasel. Could be playing back. VC options, just spoke about them. Pigs or cats? Well, now we're getting to some good questions. Well, I have 2 cats, family, so pigs for food, cats for pet. She's in a couple of weeks, 580 and break even of 150 might be really cheap. Yeah, he seems to score fine, even with like not super high usage or kick-ins. Just gets those inside 50 kicks. They feed him, runs off the back of stoppages, hits targets and stuff. So yeah. Zorko versus Luke Ryan. It is horrible to pay 670 for Ryan. It is terrible. Just he had a 170 break even, and I kind of knew I wanted to get him in, but that 200 score is just very frustrating. I don't think it's the end of the world if you don't get him, even if he goes massive, because he's so expensive. But you got to get him at some point. So I need a defender. So I'd rather pay 670 for Ryan than 580 for Houston. So this is just me. Could go Nas though, but the only problem with Nas is I don't know if Sinclair stays mid. I think that's enough questions. Last one. Piss off, mate. Frazier played all right last week, 117k. I didn't watch much football last week. Usually I just veg out on the couch a lot and watch a lot of football, but I didn't get around to watching with Mother's Day and seeing a few friends last week, so couldn't watch much footy. So apparently played back pocket and could have played wing, but played halfback in the twos, I think. So one to watch, and I don't know who he's in for. I guess Richards moved up the ground, so might be tight if Libba comes back and maybe he gets forced out. But yeah, that's it from me. That went for 47 minutes. Could we get to every question? No, there's like another 15. I gotta go to bed. Anyway, thanks for watching. Anyway, again, my trades for this week are with Sullivan or Revel. I'll probably get in Luke Ryan and carry 240k. I think that'll help me get that'll help me in the next 2 weeks with one up, one downs. If I think I prefer Nas to Stewart, as silly as it sounds, with Zach Guthrie and what's his name? Holmes taking a bit more share. But I think Stewart's been quite unlucky, like getting tags, cop knocks, head knocks and stuff. Gave away 50. So I think like nothing has gone wrong. I think it'll click for Stewart probably this week. But probably Stewart over Nas unless Sinclair stays mid. Did I say that right? Yeah. So anyway, that's it from me. Thanks for watching and see you all soon. All right, I'll answer one more. Still Petrarca, I don't know. Go Papa, you're begging it. I don't know. Looking cute. This is bad. Trade Hall, yes. G2 wins MSI. I agree. I'm sick of Asian teams winning. How many primos is too many for each? Byron, probably 6. Buzz or Petrarca or 0. Zorko. Okay, I've had enough. Thanks everyone for watching and we'll see you next time.